Hello, Latin Libertarians. This is Latin Libertarian, and my name is Martha Bueno, and today is Wednesday, September 15th. We've got a lot to talk about, but first, I'm going to bring on my co-host and good friend, Mr. Zach Foster. Hello, sir. How are you?
What's shaking?
Ooh, there's plenty shaken tonight. Tonight, we have a lot to talk about. Election stuff, which, you know, we kind of like this stuff. Well, that's why we're here. That's why we talk about this. And we're going to have election stuff from the U.S., California. I know, don't roll your eyes. You've already heard about it. But we also have election stuff from Argentina. And we'll be having our good friend, One More Juan, come on and tell us what's going on in Argentina. Hint, libertarians are winning in Argentina. So you'll definitely want to hear about this story. It is exciting. It is exciting. If you're a libertarian, tonight is a good night, or actually it's been 2 days now, but it's a good night. It's fantastic. I think we're starting to see a change here. Zach, what do you think? Like things, maybe a little bit, libertarians are cool now?
Libertarians are cool now. They are cool now, especially in South America. There's even this phenomenon where a lot of people who are conservative or downright neocon are taking over this label or claiming it for themselves, and they're saying, I'm not conservative, I'm libertarian. I'm just right-wing. And I tell them, all right, but you like this, you like this, you like, dude, sorry, you're conservative. There's no shame in it.
But we're not doing
There's
that.
no shame in it. It is what you are. But that's because we're cool. No, don't cut me off. No, it is because we're cool that people who are not us try to be us. What we're saying is you can be us whenever you want to be, but you actually got to come over to the side of liberty. You can't just call yourself a libertarian and then keep talking about mandating bathroom laws and stuff like that. It just doesn't work.
But that's how you start, Zach. You know, it's a few years ago.
Mandating bathroom laws is how you start, or
no,
free markets, like while communism is happening.
Let's not do the whole "you're not libertarian
countries.
enough." Let's not do that. Listen,
I'm not doing that.
Some point,
that's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing. I was trying to agree with you and what you said in the first place, that libertarians are cool, and I'm saying yes,
we are cool.
That's why imitators are trying to be us.
Yes. But there's this like severe, infighting amongst the party. You're not libertarian enough. So we didn't all start being raging libertarians. Let's just put it out there. You can be a little bit libertarian, and then it's kind of like a progression. You've seen the meme. We've all seen the meme. Okay. You start off like, oh yeah, I like freedom. And then 6 months into being a libertarian, you're like, get rid of the government. And you just, it grows. So let's not turn people away just because they're not libertarian enough. I welcome everybody to the party, and they'll eventually learn about it, especially if you're Argentinian.
So South American right-wingers are also welcome into the American Libertarian Party, or is
all right, we're not having this discussion. You know what we can talk about? You know what we can talk about, though? And this subject I do love, and I want to share it with you because there was a party, and we had a picture of AOC who went to a gala that cost $35,000 a ticket. And even if she was gifted this ticket, somebody had to, it's $35,000 that this organization isn't going to get. And then she wore this dress that says tax the rich across her backside. And I just, it bothers me. I'm not going to lie. It bothers me that this woman who is a raging capitalist, that tax the rich, she has sweatshirts that she sells on her website for $58 with that same slogan. This was a marketing gimmick. And I find it hilarious. I find it so hilarious that I've been ranting about it online. And I may have gotten on the news. Here we have Contrapoder. They said my name a million times. Guys, it's in Spanish. So I'm sorry, but yeah, they wrote an article about me, Zach. This was great. So anyways, I just wanted you guys to see Latin news is starting to pick up on what we're doing and talking about us.
Well, That's pretty dope, actually, because that is, we know those guys. They're really good guys, and that's a Miami-based news outlet. This is not some news outlet somewhere in South America, somewhere in Central America. No, it's people inside the United States watching that TV channel, reading the news from that website, and a lot of the people who watch that channel happen to be voters because they're citizens now. Spanish is what they speak in the household, probably what they also speak a lot in business, but I guarantee you a lot of the people who watch that channel had to learn English in order to continue being successful business owners in this country.
And a lot of their main audience is people from Venezuela who we talk a lot about. So I love that they are covering us and things that we say. Like I said, we got an article, we got them on that show. You'll just have to take my word for it because I won't bother you guys with it's a 2-minute and 16-second video, but Colina in that video says, Martha Bueno, da-da-da-da, Martha Bueno. And I'm like, yeah, keep saying it. It's great. So anyways, I just wanted to rant about AOC because what a hypocrite. I'm sorry, guys. She is.
Although I do like that a bunch of memers started turning memes out of the photo of her in that dress, and now there's all kinds of ridiculous different sayings. I got some entertainment out of that.
I did too. Oh my gosh, which brings me up to one that I posted with Spike Cohen, which I loved. Let me see if I can bring it up. I'm terrible, people. Don't. Spike Cohen. Somebody put the picture of him with his nipple. Well, let me just find it. Gosh darn it, because it is great.
Okay, already I'm having my doubts as to whether we should be showing this on LPTV.
Oh, come on. We all know that Spike is the coolest human being on the face of the earth. There you go. Tax these nips, everyone. I find it hilarious. So anyways, I believe that was Chrissy Witchers who made that. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm giving the proper person credit, but if that is you, Chrissy, you are amazing. That is hilarious. Totally worth it. So now we can talk about California. Zach, you're out in California. Tell us a little about it. I'm going to make people wait for this Argentina thing because it is good.
It really is good, guys. What happened out here in California? Well, we done had ourselves a recall election because some of us folks over here on the West Coast were a little bit unhappy with the current administration. Technically, the election is still going on because mail-in voting, blah, blah, blah. It officially won't be over for another 37 days. That said, more than 70% of the polls have already reported, including a lot of early mail-in votes. Long story short, the recallers lost. So there were two specific voting items for this election. Question one was recall Governor Gavin Newsom, yes or no. You could either vote yes or no. If you voted yes, then you got a second option, and that was who would you rather replace him. So the only people really who were noteworthy were Larry Elder, who was running as a Republican, and then our Libertarian supervisor from Riverside County, Jeff Hewitt.
Yay, Jeff.
Jeff is a great candidate. He definitely grew the party out here. That said, though, if you guys haven't checked the voter registration numbers for California,
we're going to give it to you. Yeah. Wait, let's first start with the big one. Let's start.
Some of you guys who live in swing states, you're going to have to just like prepare yourself for this. California does live a very different reality.
Yeah. So here we have the numbers. I don't know how clear that is to everyone seeing it. In that stripe here in the middle, you can see, shall Gavin Newsom be recalled, removed from office of the governor? And you can vote either yes or no. Oh, we lost Zach. So the no's had it. He's not going to be recalled, people. I know you already know this. 5 million votes to 3 million, 5.8 million to 3 million. It's kind of a done deal. So there you go. And then the other one that we were going to show you is the votes. So Larry Elder got 46.9% of the vote. And Jeff Hewitt down here, who's a Libertarian, got 0.7% of the vote, which makes me very, very, very sad that he did. he campaigned really hard for it, but unfortunately, Hewitt did not win, did not even come close to Larry Elder. Hi, Zach. Welcome back. Oh, and he's gone again, guys. Looks like we're not doing a show with Zach tonight. He may be back soon. So I guess without Zach being here, we're going to have to go to our guest. Oh, and he's possibly back. Hello. Are you back now for sure?
I hope so.
All right. Welcome back.
But that depends on the California power grid out here. Ironically, not one of the things that we were able to vote on in this recall election. Yeah, anyways, the no's definitely walloped everybody in this election. And in case anybody might be surprised by that, this thing that people call the Great Exodus, which is basically 20, 25 years worth of people moving out of California to other states. A lot of them were red staters. A lot of those folks went to Nevada. A lot of them went to Texas, maybe other states. But yeah, folks have progressively been leaving California for about 2 decades now. And most of them voted Republican, and that's why the voter rolls are so skewed. But actually, before the polls even opened, I was a little bit concerned because Mr. Elder started talking about potential voter fraud in California. But somebody, I don't know who advised this guy, but somebody must have pulled him aside and told him stop saying that, because he immediately dropped it. After saying a few comments to the press, he did not repeat anything else about that theory. And then he actually made a very gracious and graceful concession speech around, I don't know, last night, 1 a.m. So I do appreciate that from him. I appreciate that he did not put gasoline on fires. While our country's elections have a lot of problems, it does not help anybody to be crying wolf when there's not specifically a wolf attacking your sheep.
I mean, imagine being able to rig an election for that many votes. I mean, we're talking about 5.8 million to 3 million. That's a lot of votes. I mean, that would be something very noticeable. I'm not saying that the United States doesn't have voter issues. As we've discussed here, just the ability to get your candidate on the debate stage, that is voter interference. So I'm not saying that we have a perfect system, but to then say things like, they stole an election, definitely not in this case.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
So I guess the best way to say it in layman's terms, American elections, my opinion, for the most part, there's a lot of people stacking the deck before the game, but there's not a lot of people slipping cards into the deck from their sleeve during the game.
Right. I mean, just the fact that third-party candidates, it's a really tough time to get on most ballots. We use Tennessee all the time as an example. The Republicans and the Democrats, I think it's like 25 votes to get on the 25 signatures to get on the ballot. Whereas for a third-party candidate, it's like 56,000. I mean, it would take millions of dollars and years to get that. So there are things that are happening in this country that we definitely need to work on. Again, we're not saying that it's not, but not in this case. In this case, I guess Californians really wanted to keep Gavin Newsom, and they have.
Well, 50% plus one of California voters wanted to keep Gavin Newsom. I do ask myself how many of the people who were made homeless by the Democrats' economic policies shared that opinion. Not that the other party has ever been kind to homeless people. It's just my opinion that during the pandemic, the blue party made the economy worse, whereas the red party pretended that the pandemic didn't exist. And libertarians are over here going, hey, can we just not be a bunch of psychopaths telling everybody what to do, please? Please, maybe guys, please.
Please and thank you. Yeah. Well, that's not really working out in anyone's favor right now since we have all these mandates. First it was stay home. Now it's get the jab. So I don't know where we're going with this, people. I don't know where we're going with this. So we do have a guest, and I really want to talk about this thing going on in Argentina because it is exciting. It is very exciting. So without further ado, please welcome our good friend, One More Juan. Hello.
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. So just to give a little bit of background for those that don't know you, because we talk to you all the time in Spanish on our Spanish show. So our American friends don't know who you are. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I First of all, I'm so jealous about your English, guys. My English sucks, so I apologize if I say something in a bad way. I love economics. I moved here to the U.S. about 3 years ago. I study a lot of Austrian economics, and that's what I do. I make videos explaining economics in a really simple way in Spanish for people in Latin America, especially for people in Argentina. They do really need this information, but for everyone who speaks Spanish, of course. And I've been
talk a lot
following.
about Bitcoin, which I love.
Yes, because I believe that Bitcoin is perfect in the Austrian economics world. So, of course, I'm gonna be a big Bitcoin fan, but I'm trying to separate Bitcoin and politics from my YouTube channel because the YouTube algorithm doesn't like that. They don't recommend my videos when I talk about different subjects. So now I'm just sticking to economics.
Okay. Well, but I did learn a lot about Bitcoin with you, so thank you for that. And so
Welcome.
tell us what's happening in your home country of Argentina.
Oh, it's like a movie. That country is like a movie. You can never get bored if you are in Argentina. I mean, at least if you're following what's going on in Argentina. But right now we got Javier Milei. He's an economist, an Austrian economist. He's an anarcho-capitalist. He calls himself an anarcho-capitalist in the long term, but in the short term, he's a mini-anarchist. He believes in a small, efficient government. And he's been trying to achieve that through what we all call the cultural fight, basically telling people, hey guys, socialism doesn't work, it's not cool, we're gonna all go bankrupt. But he suddenly changed his mind. He said one day I was having dinner with some friends, and a guy told me, everything that you say on TV is great, but when I go to vote, I can't vote for you. So that may change his mind. That changed his mind, and he decided to run for deputy. Deputy, is that how you pronounce it? Deputy, basically the one who represents a district, and for Buenos Aires City. You know, it's a really important area, a really important jurisdiction. So everyone was like, no, he's not going to win because it's between Frente de Todos, which is Kirchnerismo, Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, basically from
leftism,
basically Peronismo, you know, socialism, basically.
Not progressive, but leftism.
Leftism, like hardcore leftism. And then you got Juntos Podemos, which is, I would call social democrats, similar to the Democrats in the United States, like not socialist, but close, pretty close.
Socialism with 0 calories.
Exactly, with better manners, you know. And they were like, no, you have 0 chance. And then the other options were Marxist options, you know. For the third force in Argentina is like Marxism, communism. You have Frente de Izquierda, it's called, and so terrible options. But they did the elections and they became third force. It's amazing. And something that never happened since the 90s is that majority of the country, at a local level, like county level, you had tons of people dumping Peronistas, dumping Kirchnerismo. So they're choosing social democrats, which is crappy, but it's historic that they are dumping what they've been choosing for years and years since we became a democratic country again after the dictatorship. So that was pretty historic. And the fact that the third biggest force is not Marxist anymore, it's libertarian. So it's historic.
It is
historical.
And when is the next election for him? When has he finally won?
Well, right now we had something that's called Pasos. Basically, it's like a huge survey. You know, these are elections that don't have real consequences, but the fact that you can clearly see who's going to win because people go vote whoever they want to vote. Then in the actual elections, they vote who they think is going to win. You're not going to go vote if you think your candidate is going to lose. That's why we created the Pasos elections stage, so that they can vote whoever they want to vote. And it's pretty clear that Kirchneristas are going to lose. So I don't remember the exact date they're voting, but it's pretty soon. And now the Kirchneristas are going crazy. Tons of them are resignating their positions. They're signing. They're quitting basically. They're fighting with each other. They're pretty unstable. Some are apologizing on social media. They're like, "I'm so sorry," but I mean, they destroyed the economy. Inflation went to the roof, and I mean, poverty went up. Everything was terrible in Argentina. So people are not gonna forgive that pretty easily.
So I have here the video of his win that night. I don't know if it's in English or Spanish, to be honest, but I think the body language is more than enough. We can turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to make it abundantly clear, he got 13.5% of the votes.
So
coming in third place.
Let me see if I have that. I don't know if I have his the result. Oh, I have the picture. I'm sorry. I do. My apologies. I think.
So yeah, pretty historical results, honestly. Like, we never had libertarian candidates doing so well. Never.
It is great. It is great. So again, he's going to run and get the seat, hopefully, officially. Shortly. But
he's going to represent the city.
It's amazing. We have a libertarian who finally won, and the crowds that would come see him were huge.
Yes. Young people are with him. And young people used to be pretty socialist, but now that's shifting in Argentina because he's so attractive to young people due to his online content. It's pretty enjoyable because he screams and he insults, but it's not, I mean, he does it in a really educational way at the same time, teaching really good information.
He is very, very entertaining. That is for sure. So Javier Milei, we just love him around here. What can we say? Let's see what he does, though. Of course, let's not make this about the personality. Let's see what he actually manages to accomplish once he gets the seat. But it's a win, and it's a win that we'll definitely take, and we'll definitely be happy over. At least I'm happy over it.
That's a big debate. I mean, I'm really happy about the fact that people are shifting beliefs. They're dumping socialism, but I don't really believe Javier Milei is going to create such a huge change. I mean, he's not being elected for king of Argentina. He's just going to be a deputy. So he can't really close the central bank or reduce taxes.
But he can talk about it.
He can totally talk about it. That's what we are all excited about it, because he's gonna show on he's gonna appear on national television talking about it with other politicians face to face. So a lot of people are gonna be like, "Well, I want that." So they're gonna. I
can't wait for him to debate those other politicians because he's a master debater. That's for sure.
Exactly. Well, I'm excited about that. Not so much about the position that he's getting. It's the fact that he's gonna be face to face to other politicians, and it's like a boxing match or something like that.
How long is this term he's going to serve if he wins? Is it a 4-year term?
It's a 4-year term.
So we get 4 years of him doing this. This is fantastic.
Yes, that's a long time. And in the next presidential elections, in 2023, the candidate will be Esper. Javier Milei works with Esper. They're in the same political campaign, and he will be running for president. And he's got pretty good chances of winning, because Juntos Podemos, which is the main political party besides Kirchnerismo, well, now they're the number one political party because people dumped Kirchnerismo. And the ex-president Mauricio Macri, he said really good things about Javier Milei. Basically, vote for him. That can evolve to really good things for the next presidential race in 2023.
Oh, this is amazing. Amazing news. Thank you so much. One more Juan. I have to use, I guess, the full name. Thank you so much for coming on. I know this was short notice, and I cannot thank you enough. Again, I'm so excited, and I'm so excited for Argentina. I think that freedom is finally catching on, and Argentina might be the very first place that we see it in Latin America, and I am here for it. So thank you so
thanks
much.
for having me.
I appreciate you. Zach, we also have protests going on.
I just got to say real quick, I have never before heard of a Libertarian freshman candidate picking up 13% of the vote in the capital city.
It's amazing. It's happening. It's happening. I feel like the little, gif from Ron Paul. It's like, it's happening. We're here. It's happening. It's cool to be a libertarian. I've waited a long time for this.
Yeah, me too.
It's here. It's happening. Now we just need it to happen in America. I'm sorry that our good friend Jeff Hewitt did not get further in the California. I mean, but that's a tough state to crack. It's a real tough state. I don't know what to say about that.
I don't know. It's like a blue
1%
curtain.
is terrible.
It's a blue curtain. But again, the curtain would at least be more purple if people did not, continue leaving in droves. Southern California is expensive. Northern California, outside the Bay Area, not so much. But, a lot of people vote with their feet. And then they get surprised when a couple years later, maybe anybody else but the blue candidate gets walloped. Well, you got to go colonize places, man. Just like a lot of us started colonizing New Hampshire a while. You just got to go inject your culture, make a long-term commitment, breed, make some new libertarians, have them running around.
I think I'm going to put you on the spot here, Zach.
They vote gold when they grow up, or else their parents do not pay their college tuition.
Let's all put Zach on the spot.
There's got to be some give and take.
Zach, when are you moving to Liberty? Get out of California and bad Wi-Fi. Obviously, it's affecting you.
We are not having this conversation.
Whatever. I'm just saying, Zach, we need you in Miami. I need you in Miami.
Nope. Nope. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I will convince you at some point to move down this way.
California's too amazing. I'm not leaving.
All right. Whatever. So there are some protests happening in El Salvador, Bitcoin Central. What's going on there?
Well, some good, some bad. The good is that Bitcoin is now a national currency. Everybody can use it. A lot more people down there are using it than were this time last year. That's to the good, because we know that crypto is going to flow through that country. There's a lot of people trying to do business specifically in crypto. It's a safer, stronger asset. So all that's to the good. But then there's the stuff that's to the bad. And what's bad is Nayib Bukele is a dictator. Sorry, it just is what it is. He is not pro-liberty. He is in bed with people, so foreign communist terrorists. He is in bed with people from Juan Guaido's party, which, given mine and Martha's experience, that's a huge red flag. And because of the people that he associates with, the word on the street is that El Salvador will be the center where cryptocurrencies are used to launder money from organized crime, which is one of the things that we were afraid of. And ironically, one of the biggest things that governmental agencies like the U.S. government were so concerned about. The government must get involved in cryptocurrency, because if it doesn't, and if cryptocurrency is not regulated, then organized crime will move in and use cryptocurrency. And what we have in this other country is government moved in, regulated cryptocurrency, and now
All right, Zach, your Wi-Fi is cutting out. So this is pictures from El Salvador today. As you can see on here, you see the B with the circle. People do not want Bitcoin, at least not the way it's being run currently. Let's see if Zach, you back now? All right. Are you frozen still? Uh-oh. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
Again, Zach's out in California. And he's gone again. Let's see. All right, I guess not. So, well, as I was saying, Bitcoin, the problem with Bitcoin in El Salvador tends to be the fact that the government is running it through the Chivo system, which is a government-controlled wallet. And that is something that people don't like. They were protesting other reasons too, not just cryptocurrencies, but that is a big issue for a lot of people in El Salvador. Zach, you were saying? I guess he wasn't saying anything. And so we will then move on. Zach, any better?
I'm done. I'm done. This is the closest thing to divine intervention coming against the show. All right, one more piece of information, then let's go, please. Save me from this Wi-Fi purgatory.
What? Well, so then the other election news, I guess we have, comes from our good friends.
Actually, just put up the photograph first. Just put up the photograph first. Let him guess. Let him guess. I want to keep you guessing. Wait for it. Hey!
So what are we looking at, Zach? Tell us.
You are looking at the press conference at the birth of the Libertarian Party of Peru.
Woo! Yay!
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
This is big news as well. Guys, like I've been saying, libertarian ideas are flowing through Latin America, and here is proof positive. So tell us all the stuff that they had to go through to get here. This is our friend. He's been on our show in Spanish before.
Yes, his name is Giancarlo Caya. That's the guy on the left with the glasses. I don't know the name of the gentleman on the right who's holding up the proclamation, but these guys had to get many thousands of signatures in order to be able to just legalize as a political party. They still have other hurdles to cross, like getting on a ballot for the next elections. But the fact that there is a new Libertarian Party, and one that's also making the news. I didn't send the photo to Martha, but they actually made it in 3 or 4 different newspapers just in that town, and then there were other newspapers around the country. Remember, folks, the guy who just got elected president in that country a year ago is a radical Marxist, not in the Libertarian Party Socialist Caucus, let's do some Kropotkin-style voluntary socialism, but in the let's make all of Eastern European red with our tanks. That guy's the president of Peru. And the fact that these dudes made a new political party to preach free market capitalism, it's fantastic. And it's also one of the most beautiful things that I've seen, just given how the Cuba's tentacles have been reaching all over Central and South America, taking the CIA's playbook from 60 years ago, and also taking a couple of hits of cocaine and then running a bunch of field goals, man. Running wild. So the fact that we've got real activists getting out there in the streets and playing some hardball in countries where people get killed, they got my respect. They got my respect.
They are doing an amazing job, and it is a very proud moment. This past week has had a whole bunch of proud moments. This was definitely one of them. This happened, I want to say a week ago now, because it happened, and we had him on our show on Thursday. So this has been a week now. And it's fantastic news. It really is. Guys, again, liberty is finally being made cool. I've thought it's been cool for years, but hey, here we are. It is finally cool around Latin America.
Well, it's cool for a lot more folks because they finally figured out it's not just cool, it is necessary. They need to apply these ideas through social action and public policy in order to not have their life savings whittled away, all their purchasing power eroded, all their civil liberties, including the right to bear arms, taken away with a pen. They see that crap right on the horizon because they watched it happen in multiple neighboring countries. So hell yeah, man. Libertarian Party of Peru, and also the libertarians down in Argentina. Outstanding work, you guys. And of course, always a message of love for our brother libertarians in Cuba and Venezuela.
This is true.
Oh, that reminds me. There will be later this month an international Ibero-American Libertarian Alliance that will be launched. The telethon is going to be in Spanish, so any of you guys who do speak Spanish or who are learning your Spanish, it's going to be all day on the 23rd of this month, September 23rd, the Ibero-American Libertarian Alliance. So that is Spain plus the Americas. Martha and I will be participating. We will actually be representing the Cuban Libertarian Party. The Cubans wanted to be able to personally be in this meeting, but the restrictions on Wi-Fi by the Castro regime on that island just make it totally impossible. So until the Wi-Fi infrastructure improves, I will be the Cuban LP's representative to the Ibero-American Alliance on a permanent basis or semi-permanent basis. However, the person actually signing on behalf of the Cuban LP, we jointly decided that it should be somebody with Cuban blood. So that will be Martha. Martha will be signing for the Cuban Libertarian Party to join the Ibero-American Alliance. So September 23rd. I will be
very proudly signing for my country. I'm super thrilled. Zach, what do you think we can expect from this alliance?
Cohesion on an international level. One of the reasons why this alliance is a thing is because after a series of meetings, folks from different libertarian movements around the Americas, myself included, were all coming up with a common thing, and that is the Cuban regime is trying to infiltrate all political parties in Latin America. I say again, all political parties in Latin America. They actually succeeded in creating a fake libertarian party in Venezuela. So there is a libertarian movement, but the libertarian movement, those guys are real libertarians. They're our friends. They're an organization. They're not a political party. But the Libertarian Party of Venezuela is quite literally a project by the regime to try to hijack our brand as they try to infiltrate other parties in other countries. So in order to help protect our brand as libertarians and also just help our movement grow from people who want this movement to grow, we're doing this. We're banding together. And this is at the same time mutual aid and mutual defense.
So we have some questions here, Zach. What online platform will we be showing this? And it's September 23rd, not 28th, right?
I believe it is the 23rd, but we will also make an announcement on Libertarios Hispanos Facebook page, and it will probably be on Facebook. I will be using Zoom, which tells me it will probably be live streamed on Facebook, probably YouTube as well.
We'll get all the details for you guys. I think we still have time before it actually airs, if I'm not mistaken. The 23rd is next Thursday, so we will definitely let you guys know next Wednesday where you can find that and all the information about it. And are there any pages that we can link? And I love that mug in Nurinsky Mercury's page. For those that don't know,
I'm going to put it.
The handle makes a C, and
so you can copy and paste it.
Sounds good. So one more thing that I wanted, Nuriang. All right, thank you, Nuriang. She corrected my name. Thank you, but your mug is really cool. So there is one more thing that I did want to talk about, and that is the shirt that you all see me wearing currently. That's the logo for People for Cuba. This is the event that we had. The proceeds benefited this organization that Zach and I are a part of. We started, but it's not about us. We've actually been partnering with plenty of people around Miami and in Cuba to get medications to Cubans on the island. It's going to start small. I do know that that's I have gotten a little bit of criticism, not going to lie, that people want it to move faster. And so 200 pounds isn't a whole lot, I understand, but we are moving forward with another one. Our first big shipment will be leaving quarantine. I thought it was going to be today or tomorrow. It turns out it's going to be Friday. Cuban government for you. But all of these medications are making it into several different groups, one of which is doctors across the island, specifically in Havana, that need medications. We did get them several doses of antibiotics and other things, which, by the way, who knew? It's illegal to acquire antibiotics in the United States and send it to a country for humanitarian aid. Oops. Yeah. I know. I heard that. I was like, oh, well, I don't know who sent it. Not me. No, I'm kidding. It definitely was. But here we are, guys. It's illegal in this country to send medication off. So that's the type of stuff we're dealing with. And we're going to keep doing it because people's lives come before all of this. So if you guys want to get involved, our website isn't so great just yet. It was kind of put together very haphazardly, but it is peopleforcuba.com. It is on People for Liberty's page. They are being extremely generous with us and helping us with their tax exempt organization, so that every dollar that we collect for this is used to get medicine to Cuba. And it is really expensive to get medicine to Cuba. So if you guys if anybody here would like to help us, we would surely accept it. We're also looking for partners. If you can help us get medications and or medical supplies at a discount, please contact us. Anything we can do, we are trying to be as efficient with the money that we do receive and make sure that we do as much as we can for the people of Cuba. It's what we can do, guys. And, part of what we are as libertarians is making sure that we help people voluntarily. We don't need the government to do it for us. And by the way, the government's not doing it. People in Cuba are starving, are dying from lack of medication. I don't want to beat a dead horse. We've gone over this. Y'all know that the medical system in Cuba is terrible. So we got to do our part, or at least I feel that I got to do my part. And there was a video created. I don't know if, Zach, you want me to show it for People for Cuba on here? What do you think? No, don't show it? Okay, we won't show it.
501c4 related reasons.
Oh, that's right. Anyways, hey, I have a question for everyone that is watching. How do y'all feel about a show, an entire hour dedicated to the Ross Ulbricht case? Just wondering if that's something that interests people. If anyone wants to put in the comments, what do you guys think? You guys want to hear about it? Here, peopleforcuba.com. That was the, so if anyone would like to hear from Ross Ulbricht's mom, I wanted to know if that's something that Latin libertarians want to hear about, because we can definitely make that happen. What do you think, Zach? That's a definite yes? All right. So looks like we're going to make it happen then, guys. And I would really like to make that show big. I would really like to make sure that everyone knows about it, because this is a subject that is near and dear to my heart. I know it's near and dear to Zach's heart, and I hope it is for all of you guys. Coming up on October 1st, Ross will have completed his 8th year in prison, or it's his anniversary. And 8 years for non-violent charges. I know a lot of people will talk about things like, oh, well, he tried to have murder for hire or something along those lines. That was never proven in court. We're libertarians. We believe in the law. And if the law was able to prove that, they would have proven it. Instead, they have him on charges that are unrelated to that. And, terrible. For those who don't know, he's the creator of the Silk Road, which is a dark web website where he created it with the libertarian principles of free market and people being able to exchange goods. And again, I'm fascinated by this story, and I think that this is a great cause for all of us libertarians. I've been hearing about Ross for many, many, many years, and I've had the great privilege and honor of meeting his mother and hanging out with her for a little bit. And she's absolutely amazing, and I am looking forward to bringing her on and having a full-on discussion about everything Ross. So you guys, if you have questions, now you know you'll be able to have them answered. So thank you all for watching, and we will be back here next week, same time, same place. Zach?
Keep voting Libertarian.
Good night, everyone.